Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss BET presents The Encore, Season 1, Episode 3. My least favorite on this show is LeMisha. I think that LeMisha's attitude is awful. Her vocal abilities are non-existent. And I'm not here for her insecurities popping out at every single turn. But again, let me not jump ahead. Let's just dive right into this recap because, y'all, I have quite a lot to say, all right? So this episode starts right back where we left off, and that is with Keely wailing and moaning and crying to the twins, asking if she should just leave. I think it's Fallon who says to Keely that we all have to take responsibility for our actions. And Keely agrees. And Fallon then says in the confessional that she thinks that Keely is just afraid of being in the group. Fallon goes on to extend an olive branch, and Keely blurts out a really quick, "I'm sorry." And I'm not even trying to be petty, but something about that "I'm sorry" did not feel genuine to me at all. It just gave me, I'm only saying sorry so that you'll shut up and get off my case and we can just go on about our business. Fallon goes on to tell Keely that she doesn't have to apologize, and then she says that Keely belongs here. So Keely is happy. They have seemingly made up, and now they join the rest of the ladies in the living room and they get to talking about the songs. So Aubrey's going around asking the ladies what they all want to sing about. Shamari says that since she's a married lady, she wants to sing about marriage, and some of the other ladies agree. Aubrey points out that Pam wants to sing about faith, and we know that that is right up Pam's alley because Pam is saved, sanctified, and washed in the blood, like I've said time and time again. So I would not expect for Pam to sing about anything else, to be very honest with you. So everybody is super amped, super pumped, and they all go in the studio to start laying down a few vocals. Well, everybody except for Miss LeMisha, because we see her in the kitchen about to pour up a drink. I'm going to need LeMisha to put the alcohol down, and I'm going to need her to get focused. She really pissed me off this entire episode. But again, I don't want to jump ahead because I really have quite a lot to say about LeMisha, and we're going to get to that in just a few minutes. So everybody is in the studio minus LeMisha, and they are listening to a song that the twins have started singing on, and it's called Bird's Eye View. I have to say, the song sounded really good. Like, if I heard that on the radio, I would keep it on. Like, I was not mad at it. The twins are growing on me, and despite them being a lot, they really are very talented. And these ladies can really whip up a song just like that. I will always give credit where credit is due. And the twins, I have to give them an A+ because they really have been killing it. And also, I think that Fallon and Felicia are two beautiful women, and their hair is always laid for the gods, okay? So I have to say, they got on my nerves just a little bit in episode 1, but I'm really on their side, especially on this episode. But again, I digress. So while everybody is listening to the song, Nivea is kind of getting teary-eyed. I think Irish is getting teary-eyed. Fallon's getting teary-eyed. And everybody is in agreement that the song goes. Like, that is a bop. It's a hit. And everybody wants to be on that track, it seems. So Irish says that she got chills listening to that song because it really hit home for her with some of the lyrics. And Irish goes into how her family has always looked at her as the savior because she got the record deal for 702 when she was 12 years old. And she has helped pretty much everybody to her own detriment. Irish then goes on to say that she really wants to make sure that when she leaves this earth, that she has something to pass down to her son. Like, she is not trying to leave her son penniless and destitute. And she says that she's really, really happy for another chance to perform again. And although I got on Irish for those super weak vocals in last week's episode, episode 2, Irish really does seem like she's trying, and she really does want to give her best. So I'm going to be a little easier on Irish. So one of the twins goes on to ask where LeMisha is at, and somebody's like, oh, LeMisha's in bed. Get your behind out the bed. Like, you're not here to sleep. You are here to work. You are here to put out another album. You are here to be part of a group that will hopefully have a hit and will hopefully be able to make some money from touring. Like, I just really have a problem with laziness. And LeMisha, like I said, she's just really shown herself to be full of excuses and a very poor work ethic. Like, girl, why are you here? I know you need this check, but you're not about to sit here and play in our faces and not contribute anything. There's just something very old about LeMisha, like, and that's not even any shade. It's like her demeanor, her constantly calling the twins frickin' frat. She just has a very, like, old lady quality about her. I can't put my finger on it, but it's like her style, the way she talks. She just does not seem like she's current. But again, let me just move on because we have a lot more to discuss. The next morning rolls around and we see Keely in the kitchen and LeMisha is in the kitchen. Keely says, LeMisha, I just want to talk to you and let you know that I'm not trying to cause any division or any negativity in the group. LeMisha says, Keely, you're fine by me. And then she goes on to say that she doesn't think that Keely is trying to be mean, but the twins, on the other hand, are brutal. Again, like I said in the episode 2 recap, LeMisha is putting way too much stock into what the twins think about her and Irish instead of focusing on herself, focusing on perfecting her skills and bettering herself. She is a very insecure woman, and I'm really getting tired of her trying to pin every single thing on the twins. Like, girl, these are your insecurities. Stop projecting. Now we get to the next scene, and it's the twins and Aubrey in the studio. They go on to discuss how it's going to be 2 different groups to work on different records, since everybody wants to sing about different things. Pam walks in the studio, and Aubrey lets it be known to Pam that they're going to be taking one of the songs. I think it was called Skeletons. And so Pam says, you know, that's cool, but just make sure that you run it by everybody else. Aubrey and Pam head upstairs to let LeMisha know the news. Well, it's really Aubrey who tells LeMisha because we see Pam just standing there. So anyhow, Aubrey lets LeMisha know that since you guys are all doing the husband tribute, you all can have the studio that night and just get that all done and out the way. LeMisha seems excited. She says, like, oh wow, you know, the doors are open for us to write, and she's feeling pretty confident. And I was really cracking up in the confessional when LeMisha was going on about how she's a good writer. And she was like, yeah, you know, I've written hits for quite a few people, like Nivea and for our 3rd album. And I was waiting for LeMisha to go on and, like, say a few more artists. And I was like, oh, so the list is only 2 people, yourself and Nivea. Got it. A real extensive resume.
You know what? It's too much.
Now Aubrey drops the bomb that she will be taking the Skeletons record, and LeMisha is upset because she really wanted to be on that song. LeMisha is feeling some type of way, and she says something to the effect of, I did not expect this from Aubrey. Like, I would have expected this from the twins. And again, it's more projection. Like, that lady really lives and dies by what the twins think, say, and do. Like, she cannot get them out of her head. It's really sad. Now we are back in the studio with the twins, Aubrey and LeMisha. And LeMisha is making remarks about how she does not write as fast as the twins. And the twins are pretty much letting her know, like, sis, we do this in our sleep. Like, we work with all the heavy hitters, and sometimes we're even sleeping in the studio. Like, nothing else matters until we get the song out. The producers arrive, Cosign and Elijah, and side note, they are so cute. So the ladies gather around, and child, LeMisha is already nervous, visibly nervous. And she lets us know that she's nervous and how it's been a while. You don't have to tell us that you're nervous. We see it. We sense it. We hear it. Because your vocals are not there. Cosign plays the record called Go Don't Leave. It sounds pretty good. Felicia, Aubrey, LeMisha, Irish, and Nivea are all on this track. So, of course, LeMisha has nothing prepared. She's nervous, and she calls on the twins for their expertise. Fallon is irritated. She's like, LeMisha is getting on my last nerves, and she's just annoying. Everybody in the studio is picking up on LeMisha's nervous energy. And Shamari even says, girl, like, I don't know why you're getting so nervous. Like, this isn't your first time doing this. Like, you've written hits for other people before. Like, stop second guessing yourself. Like, just do it. So Elijah goes in the booth to lay down some vocals, and LeMisha is getting hot. She's fanning herself. She's damn near about to pass out from all the nervousness. So she says that she's nauseous and excuses herself. And everybody's like, are you serious right now? Like, is this really happening? So, child, LeMisha tucks herself into bed, and she is out for the rest of the night.
Oh! Shout out to everybody. I had fun.
I gotta be good.
Nah, I forgot. PM, dot, dot, I'm out this bitch.
Alan makes a comment about how she is experiencing performance anxiety, and that's what all that is. The producers head out, but they make it clear that when they come back, they want everybody's 100% focus on this. Like, they want to knock these songs out and get it done. So they don't want to hear any more excuses on Misha's part about her being nauseous or sick. All the ladies, minus Misha, are in the studio talking about how they don't have much time. One of the twins decides to play this other track called Talking. And Talking is a really cute bop. I was like, okay, I like the beat. I like the lyrics. Like, it's a really cute song. So everybody's getting really hyped. Like, okay, like, this is it. Like, I definitely want to lay a vocal down. And the energy is just really good. Like, even Keely is in a good mood because that's how lit the studio is right now. We see Pam lay a vocal down, Shamari lays a vocal down, one of the twins lays a vocal down. So it's a very successful night, and everybody is really in the zone. The next day rolls around, and we started off with Pam having a one-on-one choreo lesson with Aaliyah. I think her name is Aaliyah Janelle, right? The choreographer's name. Anyhow, Pam is trying to get the moves down pat. And I was cracking up when she was like, I mean, it was just so much easier when I was in total. Like, you know, we were doing our own thing. She's like, now trying to get these dance moves down, it's a little bit harder. But I have to say, it looked like Pam was doing a much better job. And I said, this is what LeMisha needs to be doing herself. She needs to be getting up early in the morning, utilizing every single resource to better herself. You just have to put the time in. And that's why I have a problem when folks want to compare themselves to other people or feel jealous, because it's like, You don't know the work and the time or what somebody went through to get where they are now or to have what they have. Like, you cannot be upset about the work that you did not put in. Now we get to the next scene with the twins, Aubrey and Keely, in the studio. They're waiting for everybody else. Misha finally saunters into the studio and she says, yeah, I'm annoyed about last night, but hey, my health comes first. I said, girl, please stop. So Misha gets into the booth, child, and she's struggling already. I said... So Fallon jumps into the booth to sing her part. And in Fallon's part, the word hoe is in the song. Child. Miss Pam. Wait, what? I didn't know that the word hoe was going to be used in this song. Like, I don't feel right calling another woman a hoe. I don't think I can be a part of this song if you guys don't substitute the word out. Everybody's like, my goodness. I said, Pam is wearing everybody thin. So needless to say that this is just a hot mess. So I think it's Nivea or one of the other ladies who asks if the song that Fallon and Felicia were showing the other ladies, I think it's called Bird's Eye View, if that song could be the song that everybody jumps on to sing. And the twins are both like, look, we don't really want any other vocals on the track. Of course, LeMisha is upset hearing that, and she starts talking about how they have to follow the Queen's mandate that states that all of the ladies have to be on at least 3 songs together. Nivea's reactions are priceless. Like, she's making faces. I told y'all once, I'ma say it again. Nivea is not here for the BS that these ladies be talking about, okay? Like, she is in her own world. Now, in the midst of all the madness, Sita is calling them from the TV screen, and they all gather around. Sita goes on to let them know that it is time for a new queen, or they also have the option of keeping the current queen, which is Pam. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, like really, like this again? And the consensus is that Pam, while she's nice and sweet, she just has not done a great job as queen and leading the ladies in the right direction. It's time to vote. Pam lets it be known that while it was fun being queen, she's over it and she's ready to pass the baton to somebody else. Aubrey lets us know that she is voting for herself. And we all know that Miss Keely is most likely voting for herself again. Anyhow, we find out that Aubrey has gotten the most votes and she is the new queen. Everybody except for Keely is happy about Aubrey being the new queen. Everybody feels like Aubrey has her head on straight and she has a clear vision and will be able to delegate very well. We get to the next day and it's the twins and Keely in the studio together. They're trying to find the tracks from the last session. And they're like, oh my gosh, we lost the session with Irish and LeMisha. So the twins ask if Keely can tell them to come down so that they can do their parts over again. I said of all people, it would be LeMisha and Irish's sessions that were lost. So LeMisha comes down, the twins explain it to her about what happened and how they're going to need her to do her vocals again. LeMisha is pissed. She says in her confessional that she feels like the twins are not to be trusted and she feels like she's being set up. Everything is the twins' fault in LeMisha's pea brain. Irish then steps into the booth to do her parts over and she's asking Keely for the lyrics. Keely is like, girl, really? Like, it's really infuriating when a singer does not know the words to the song that they're supposed to be singing on. And I'm like, again, Irish and LeMisha seem to be a step behind everybody else in every aspect. And I'm like, I just need them to get it together. After LeMisha and Irish laid down their vocals in the studio, they go on to discuss what happened with Shamari and Nivea. And Irish and LeMisha both expressed their confusion as to how their sessions were lost out of everybody else's. And LeMisha makes it a point to say that she wants to address the twins tonight at dinner and how it's not a two-man show. I said, here we go again. LeMisha's insecurities are showing up front and center. I swear to you, being insecure, being bitter, being jealous will drive you down a cliff, because it's really sad to see how pressed these twins have her. I mean, every single thought of hers is about the twins and what they think about her. Like, girl, it's giving obsession. In my opinion, this dinner scene is one of the most pivotal scenes so far in this series. We started off with a nice toast and Aubrey discussing how excited she is to be queen and move the group in the right direction. So it's starting off on a good note. And of course, LeMisha has to interrupt and cause chaos and turn the whole conversation upside down. LeMisha starts it off in a very hostile way, I might add. She presses Aubrey about the Queen's mandate, about them all being on 3 songs together. And before Aubrey can get the words out, she keeps on going. Felicia interrupts and says, that's exactly what Aubrey is trying to do. Like, girl, shut up. Now, LeMisha turns her attention to the twins because, of course, and she goes on to say, it's just you and your sister on every single song. Fallon is getting very annoyed and she hops in to defend her sister. And she says, girl, you act like we own the studio or something. Like, you can come down and do what you need to do at any time of the day. And Fallon is absolutely correct. LeMisha acts like she doesn't have access to the studio when she does. She's just lazy. So, of course, LeMisha's insecurities get the best of her yet again. And she goes on to say, I'm not the only one in the house who can sense it, who can sense that I'm not wanted. And it's like, here you go again, super worried about what the twins are thinking about you. Like, girl, just say that you crave their validation and you want their approval. Like, just say that. The twins let LeMisha know that that's nothing but her insecurities jumping out, and they're absolutely correct. Nivea is over it yet again, and she gets up and starts dancing. And when I tell you I fell out, because I was like, leave it to Nivea to do her best to try to break the tension. So LeMisha makes a remark about she doesn't understand how they survived as twins, because they're both very selfish and don't want to share the spotlight. Aubrey tries to break this argument up, and baby, Aubrey was better off just being quiet, because she ends up pissing the twins off, and now they're getting on her like, girl, you need to be quiet. And then we see Aubrey and Fallon sort of get into it, and Fallon asks Aubrey, you need to lower your voice when you're talking to me, sis, because my voice is at an even decibel, so take it down a few notches. And I was like, Aubrey, girl, just a tip from me to you. Calm it down when you're talking to Black women. Don't get up there trying to yell and holler and scream and talk over somebody. LeMisha and the twins are going back and forth, and Felicia is so pissed that she's ready to get up from the table and just leave, because that's how irritated she is by LeMisha's insecurities and BS. And then Felicia says, you know what? If you want to, why don't you do the records then? Like, we can scratch all the records that we have now and start over. Like, if you think you're so good, why don't you do it yourself? LeMisha gets up from the table. She's yelling and calling them frickin' frack like she always does. And then we see, I think Fallon or Felicia is talking to Keely, and she's just like, I think I'm going to leave the house because I really feel unappreciated, and I'm just not going to sit up here and deal with me and my sister being attacked like this. So that's where the episode ends. Nothing gets resolved. It's just a screaming match. I'm going to say this. I'm not going to sit up here and watch LeMisha bring nothing but her insecurities to the table. It's just not realistic. LeMisha is aggravating, and she needs to get her bitterness and her resentment and her jealousy and her need for validation in check very quickly. As always, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the recap. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Let me know if you're just as tired of LeMisha as I am. And on that note, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all later. Bye.